Welcome to EmpowerFuse with your host, Dr. Carolyn M. Rubin. EmpowerFuse is a show of empowering messages with a focus on encouraging self-confidence, resilience, and a positive mindset. Certified life coach and 6-phase meditation trainer, Dr. Carolyn Rubin, will unleash inspiration together while igniting motivation and creativity. Dr. Rubin will discuss many topics such as healthcare, leadership, life, growth, and we'll add in some laughter too. So please welcome the host of EmpowerFuse, Dr. Carolyn Rubin.
Good morning, friends. I am honored to be with you today. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you've been walking this journey with me for a while, I want to say welcome. This space is for you, your growth, your strength, your transformation. Let me begin with a question. What invisible boundary are you hovering over right now? The kind you can't always see, but you definitely can feel. If you're watching live, breathe, notice, and drop one word or emoji in the chat that names the edge you're standing on. Welcome to EmpowerFuse, Unleashing Inspiration Together. I am your host, Carolyn Rubin. This is our time to pause, to reflect, to rest, and to move together toward what matters most. Today's episode, Break Free, Overcome Self-Sabotage, and Embrace Transformation. I want you to imagine this with me. You're standing by a still lake at golden hour. The air is quiet, almost expectant, and a dragonfly hovers just above the surface. For most of its life, it's lived underwater, unaware that it could fly. The thin line where water meets air is an invisible boundary. It pauses there, unsure, as if asking, am I really built for what comes next? How many of us live in that moment of hesitation? How often do we stand on the edge of possibility, feeling the weight of doubt, fear, or a quiet voice saying, not yet, you're not ready? But what if, like the dragonfly, you're already built for flight? What if everything you need is already within you? Today is a journey into the way we hold ourselves back, why we do it, and most importantly, how to break free. To get the most out of this, I encourage you to keep an EmpowerFuse journal. Use it to capture your insights, the breakthroughs you feel, and the action steps you commit to each week. Over time, this journal becomes a living record of your growth and transformation. I want you to take a minute and grab that journal, as we have a few things that we need to talk about. See, there's a breath that dragonflies take right before it lifts. It's a pause, not a denial. A gathering, a remembering. It doesn't earn its wings. It discovers them. And I want you to picture your own surface, the one you keep returning to, a conversation that you've avoided, a dream you keep postponing, a change you're ready for. If only that inner gatekeeper would step aside. So, what are you hovering? Where are you hovering? Name it in one word and post it in the chat. Where are you hovering? And grab your journal, because I want you to write the invisible boundary I'm ready to cross is. The invisible boundary I'm ready to cross is. I want you to take a couple minutes and answer that question. And post one word from your page in the chat. Keep writing. We're going to take a short commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the hidden enemy, recognizing self-sabotage.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness: Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals.
Welcome back to EmpowerFuse, unleashing inspiration together. Self-sabotage isn't a flaw. It's a pattern. It's not laziness. It's actually protection. You see, our nervous system decides, if I stay here, I can't be disappointed there. So it creates the familiar loop. You might recognize them as procrastination. Later sounds productive, and it's safer than now. Or perfectionism. If it can't be flawless, it can't be started. Or maybe imposter syndrome. Success doesn't belong to me. I'll be found out. Or fear of success. If I grow, expectations will grow too. And maybe harsh self-criticism, a voice learned early, but not enough. We always hear, we're not enough. Maybe from a competition, a classroom, a tryout, but it echoes like a built-in script. If you've ever watched someone else step into their dream while you stood on the sideline, you feel that ache in your chest, that tightness in your voice. That's the silent grip of self-sabotage. We get right to the edge and we freeze. So let's bring some light into it. We're going to do a little, what I call guided check-in. And I want you to close your eyes. And recall a goal you deeply want. Notice where you feel it in your body. Chest, throat, stomach. So recall a goal you deeply want and notice where you feel it in your body. Is it in your chest, in your throat, in your stomach? What's the first sentence that your inner critic will say? Don't argue with it. Just notice. Now, I want you to write in your journal, when I move toward, fill in the blank, my protective voice says, fill in the blank. When I move toward, my protective voice says. And the second question, the cost of staying here is. Take a minute. When I move toward blank, my protective voice says blank. And the cost of staying here is blank. Fill in your blanks. And I want you to type one cost of staying stuck. Just one word. Type it in the chat. See, your protective voice isn't your enemy. It's an overworked guard. Thank it, then give it a new job. Now, I want you to put your hand over your heart and say softly, thank you for trying to keep me safe. But I've got this part. Notice the tiny exhale your body takes when it's acknowledged. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. I've got this part. Deep breath in and exhale. Now, I want you to remember to hydrate, to stretch. I want you to post an emoji on how you want to feel by the end of the hour. Do you want to feel calm, brave, focused, free? How many of us sit down in the morning and we work to the point where we don't hydrate, we don't stretch. And after a few hours, you realize that half the day has gone by and you haven't even noticed anything around you. See, our brains are wired for survival, not fulfillment. Predictable discomfort often feels safer than unpredictable success. Predictable discomfort often feels safer than unpredictable success. That's called the fear loop. Fear whispers, what if I fail? Hesitation, avoidance, doubt. Now back to fear. What if I fail? I'm not sure if I want to go there yet. I think I'll just put it to the side today and I'll come back tomorrow. We're back to fear. Every time we avoid, the brain learns avoidance works. So it offers it up again. You really don't want to go there? Okay, let's just avoid it until tomorrow. So we have to retrain the loop by meeting fear with presence and precision. And that's called the 3-step interrupt. Stop, pause, relabel. Stop. I want you to name aloud, this is a fear response. So anytime you feel that fear response coming on, stop and name it out loud. I want you to pause. I want you to inhale 4 counts, hold 4 counts, and exhale 6 counts. Each time you start to feel that hesitation, I want you to breathe. I want you to pause. And I want you to inhale, hold, and exhale, and do it 3 times. And I want you to relabel, asking, is this fear or fact? Then what is the smallest next step I can take? So is this really fear or fact that is coming at me right now? And if it's fear, what's a small step that I can take to make myself move forward? And let's break that fear loop. Let's retrain the brain. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to bring up that goal again. But this time, I want you to run S.P.R. quietly. Stop, pause, and relabel. And notice what shifts. So close your eyes. Bring up your goal again. And run S.P.R. Stop, pause, relabel. What shifts? Now, I want you to write in your journal, the fear says, blank, fill in the blank. The fear says, fill in the blank. The fact is, and fill in the blank. My smallest next step is, and fill in the blank. The fear says, the fact is, my smallest next step is. And then put just your smallest next step. Send email, outline page, schedule call. Put it in the chat. But what's that one smallest next step to move you forward? Truth bomb. We don't eliminate fear first. We move. And we let confidence catch up. Fear won't disappear. But we can move it to the side. And we let our confidence catch up. Now, let's shift the mindset from fear to freedom when we get back from this commercial break. See you in a couple minutes.
Did you know that your beliefs create your entire reality, but it's the subconscious beliefs that do most of the creating? Belief shifter and life coach Shiraz can help you identify those limiting beliefs and eliminate them, often in a single session.
Like it was almost instant, like I had relief right away.
Creating better health, relationships, careers, and finances. Let Shiraz help you step out of safety and into awareness.
Definitely something's happening. It's like a flow inside. It feels good.
Whether in person or online, Shiraz provides personal coaching, belief shifting. Visit Shiraz at energeticmagic.com or call 416-529-7429. Energetic Magic. Find your greater happiness. Be well. Be aware. Be magical.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Welcome back to EmpowerFuse, Unleashing Inspiration Together. Now we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to talk about shifting the mindset from fear to freedom. See, mindfulness isn't only meditation. It's catching the moment you go on autopilot and choosing a kinder path. Tiny shifts can create massive momentum. So I want you to try these 3 reframes. I must be perfect. I want you to reframe that to say, I must be present. If I can't do it all, it's not worth starting. Reframe it. If I do it small, I can do it all. And I'm not ready. I want you to reframe that to say, I'm ready, I'm becoming ready, and I'm becoming ready by beginning. So I must be perfect Reframe to I must be present. If I can't do it all, it's not worth starting. I want you to reframe it. If I do it small, I can do it all. I'm not ready. Reframe. I'm becoming ready by beginning. I want you, I put a little metaphor here for you. I want you to imagine that you're gripping the pool ledge. And if it was me and it was more than 5 foot deep, I would be gripping that pool ledge. So this is real. But imagine yourself gripping a pool ledge. You think that edge is going to keep you safe. You let go for just a second. And guess what? You notice you can float. Capacity you didn't know you had often reveals itself after release. And it's true. You think that by holding on, something's keeping you safe. But the minute you let go, you're not going to drown. You will find that you have capacity, and it will reveal itself once you let go. So let me ask you this. What ledge are you gripping to? I want you to name it silently or write it in your journal. The ledge I'm releasing is the ledge I'm releasing is proof I can float is, and name one time you swam away, metaphorically or literally. The ledge I'm releasing is, and proof I can float is. And I want you to post one word that captures your reframe. Is it float? Ease? Allow? I want you to create a tiny bravery plan, a 24-hour pledge. Choose one action that takes less than 10 minutes and is startable within 24 hours. I want you to write it in your journal, and I want you to put it on your calendar right now. One action that takes less than 10 minutes that you can start in the next 24 hours. And if you feel like sharing, type your 10-minute action in the chat. Now, I want you to take a minute, roll your shoulders, feel the tension go out of your shoulders. Take a sip of water or stand. How is your energy now? Put in the chat. Let us know, what's your energy level now? Let's talk for a minute about the power of transformation and how to own your own story. See, the dragonfly outgrows its old form. It doesn't apologize for molting. Transformation is identity catching up to truth. What are you ready to shed? A fear, a belief, or maybe a habit that once protected you but now blocks you from the sky. What is one habit that you are ready to shed? One thing that you are ready to shed. Belief, fear, habit, write it down. Something that once protected you, but now it's holding you back. What are you ready to shed? And I want you to think of one moment that you surprised yourself when you thought, I can't. And you did. Remember where you were. Who was there? How did you feel? I want you to take a moment and think about that. What was the one moment that surprised yourself when you thought, I can't? And then you did. Remember where you were, who was with you, and how you felt afterwards. That moment is proof your system knows how to expand and how to stabilize. You can do it. And right now, I want you to journal. What I'm shedding now is, fill in the blank. What are you going to shed right now? What I'm keeping is, maybe it's strength, support. And what I'm inviting is, maybe practice, perspective, partnership. Write those 3 questions. What I'm shedding now is, and fill it in. What I'm keeping is, and fill it in. And what I'm inviting is. And then I want you to post shed, keep, invite as these 3 words. Shed, keep, invite. And I want you to pause and notice when self-sabotage shows up. And I want you to name it. I want you to identify it. And I want you to reframe it. Reframe it into a possibility. It's fear plus versus fact plus your smallest next step. Capture that self-sabotage moment. Capture that fear and name it and reframe it. And change it into fact. And what's the one smallest step you can take to keep you moving forward? And take that step. It's not going to be perfect, but you take it. And you take it within 24 hours. So you're going to pause and notice. You're going to reframe. And you're going to take the first step. This will help break that fear loop. Will remove the doubt or lessen the doubt and allow you to move forward. Take back your dream. It's time to shed those old thoughts. We're going to take our last commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to wrap this up by talking about the leap into growth.
author, radio show host, and coach, John M. Hawkins, reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Did you know that your beliefs create your entire reality, but it's the subconscious beliefs that do most of the creating? Belief shifter and life coach Shiraz can help you identify those limiting beliefs and eliminate them, often in a single session.
Like it was almost instant, like I had relief right away.
Creating better health, relationships, careers, and finances. Let Shiraz help you step out of safety and into awareness.
Definitely something's happening. It's like a flow inside. It feels good.
Whether in person or online, Shiraz provides personal coaching, belief shifting. Visit Shiraz at energeticmagic.com or call 416-529-7429. Energetic Magic. Find your greater happiness. Be well. Be aware. Be magical.
Welcome back to EmpowerFuse, Unleashing Inspiration Together. I want to take you on a guided visualization. So I want you to take a deep breath with me. Inhale in. Exhale out. Now, I want you to picture yourself at the edge of change. You've named your patterns. You've met your fear. Now, see your future self. Step forward. The moment you've been waiting for. Feel the air lighten. Feel your shoulders drop and your jaw soften. Notice how ready feels in your body. It might be quiet. It might be steady. But it's here. If you have a paper nearby, hopefully your journal, I want you to write one belief, fear, or habit that keeps you stuck. Write it down. What's one belief, fear, or habit that keeps you stuck? If you have a single sheet of paper, I want you to fold it. And I want you to feel its weight. Now, I want you to release it. Drop it to the floor. Tear it up. Crumble it up. Or set it aside. No paper? That's okay. See it drift away like a leaf on the water. Make space for new lift. So again, write down or have it in your mind. one belief, fear, or habit that keeps you stuck. Tear it up, crumble it, set it aside, or imagine it floating like a leaf in the water. It's gone. You're making space for new lift. And I want you to type one word for what you're releasing. One word for what you're inviting. Write one word. What are you releasing? And one word. What are you inviting? Where have you been hesitating? What belief or pattern will you release to take your next step? Choose, commit, and do your 10-minute action within 24 hours. Choose, commit, and do that one action within 24 hours. And I want you to say this with me. I am ready to release what no longer serves me. I step forward. Growth begins with action. One more time. I am ready to release what no longer serves me. I step forward. Growth begins with action. You are not defined by hesitation. You are defined by the courage to move. Like the dragonfly. When you embrace the wind instead of resisting it, you rise higher than you ever imagined. This is EmpowerFuse. And I'm Carolyn Rubin. If this message spoke to you and you know someone who could also use to hear it, please share it. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you for your time, your energy, your heart. And until next time, I want you to breathe, begin, and trust your wings. God bless you. Have a fabulous weekend with your friends, families, and loved ones. And until next week, stay well, live well, and love. Just break free. Bye-bye, everyone.
This has been EmpowerFuse with your host, Dr. Carolyn M. Rubin. Join us each week as Carolyn brings individuals together to share ideas, to collectively support each other, and to spark inspiration. Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern.